So look, did you take issue with what she had on? And do you think people are going to really take her seriously if she continues this and keeps this up? I'm one of those people who believe you should dress how you feel. However, I do believe that comes with some limitations, some stipulations, and some right place, right time type mentality. And in my opinion, wrong place, wrong time. If she was just a regular chick online, nobody would have nothing to say. But because she's online and she's telling people how to feel, she's calling out people's traumas and telling people how to deal with their emotions, this to me will make people not believe her, will make people stop listening to her, will make people not take her serious. First of all, the dress code was formal. That's not formal. And I see women online like, oh, she looked good and stop hating because she did that. It's not hate. She created the image that people see her as. So she gonna have to take the criticism that come with it. My podcast co-pilot said it's giving Grammys. I said it's giving Source Awards. The criticism she receiving on the internet, all her fault. So I did it for old boy. I'm going to do it for her too. Is there a certain way you are supposed to dress after you get a certain age? Look, I ain't got a leg to stand on because I know I'll post a bikini picture in a heartbeat. But I'm also not online being a doctor and telling people how to feel. The image that she created is the one that she should walk in. So how you feel about this outfit choice that she had at this Jeezy concert? And do you think people are going to continue to take her seriously?
Well, once again, we see modern women will say something, but the validation just and the need for it just gets overwhelming. So they come out looking like this. You know, we're all human, right? But, I think somebody said in the comments, you portray yourself to be one way. And this is exactly what she's saying as well. You're portraying yourself to be one way, talking about people and trying to really put them in their place. And then you come out here at a formal event looking like this. But to be fair, she overdid it. But the women right beside her, they really they got their chest all out too. So, I mean, honestly, what's the difference?
I've now done thousands of videos calling out people for photoshopping their photos on Instagram. And I also recently run the athlete program over at Hummus Fit. Now imagine getting signed as an athlete. Signing a contract that has a clause saying, I won't Photoshop my photos, and that very day, posting an edited picture. Gia Marie! You're off the team and welcome to the show. This is Gia Marie, and before she took her profile down, she had about 160,000 followers on TikTok. She posted pictures like this all the time that, if you zoomed in, were pretty clearly edited. She also has a small private Instagram account, and well, this is the profile photo, which is also clearly edited. But nonetheless, she was brought on the team and she was told the same thing as everybody. Don't edit your photos or you will be removed from the team. She's been on the team for just a few weeks, and I was auditing some of our athletes recently, which led me to reaching out to her and asking her, hey, are these pictures edited and can you prove if they're not? Pause here to read the chat, but basically what happened was I said, hey, we have this program, you know what the rules are, did you edit this picture? And she immediately made it like I was asking her for photos of her body or some weird like that, when she knew I was asking, please send the original unedited raw photos. And she had the classic influencer excuse, oh, I've deleted them, I only have a few, that one photo that's obviously edited, I don't possibly have the original of this one, but I do have this one. So she sends this one. Which, even though this isn't the photo that I asked for, this was perfect because the tripod's in the exact same spot as the other spots, and now I can use it as a reference point to see what was changed. So this is just one of the many photos that she edited, but as you can see right here, the sink was drawn out, the mirror is wider, and it's because she made her waist smaller on just this one particular photo, and it just gets stranger the more you look at it. When I was speaking to her and gave her a chance to come clean, I said, hey, I don't want to put you on my page, you know who I am, why are you trying to lie about this? And she kind of freaked out on me. She ends up blocking me after I remove her from the team, and then the company, Hummus Fit, gets this DM. This is from her husband, apparently. This manager is harassing one of your ambassadors, and that appears to be my wife, which is just a weird thing to say. You know it's your wife. He's harassing her about her body, and this is a serious situation because it involves her body. No, buddy, I'm not harassing her. I'm upholding rules for a contract that she signed. And he then said that he would sue me if I did this video. Well, buddy, here's the video. Your wife edits all of her photos. She knowingly signed a contract saying she wouldn't edit her photos. Now she's done it. Now it's her ass. In other news, we have at least one athlete position available. If you think this is you, Google Hummus Fit Core, click apply now, and tell me why you think you deserve to be on the team.
She didn't read that contract. She was too worried about getting the money, which I get, but this is what modern women do. They go and do stuff that they're not supposed to be doing. And then what they use a man for is to basically be a security guard, to take care of their dirty work, to take out the trash. Well, if you ain't gonna listen to me, you're giving me consequences. Maybe if I send a man, that's gonna really show him. That's gonna really tell him, don't mess with me. And I'm gonna sick my man on you, as if he's a ferocious dog, as if he's a ferocious animal. That's what I'm gonna do. And this is what modern women do. Instead of taking accountability, stopping right there and said, you know what? That's my bad. It's something that I do all the time. I'm really working on my confidence, my self-esteem. And it just, I don't think it was much, but that little small amount, it kind of gives me a boost to my self-esteem. But to honor your contract, to be fair, I will not post that on your page, or I will not send these photos for you to post on your page. Now, let me ask you a question. For my own personal brand, on my own personal page, is it okay if I post photos that are edited? Because that's the image that I like. And you start a conversation and a dialogue, and if he says, well, I really would like consistency across the entire platform. Okay, well, it was nice doing business with you, but I like to edit my photos. That's what I like to do. But instead of taking accountability, having a conversation about it, and possibly coming to some sort of resolution, she went and got her husband. Classic.
I used to be a man-hating feminist, and I realized that a lot of the things that I didn't like about men, I was reinforcing with my crazy man-hating feminist. And so once I looked at it from a different perspective, I realized men deserve love too. And I know that probably sounds obvious, but it's actually like in our day-to-day lives, we deprive men of like emotional security. And women, we provide each other with like automatic like emotional understanding of like, yes, queen, yes, like I support you. Girl. What do men have to give them like security? I feel like, a lot of times they seek it through women, and then to have like women turn around and be like, oh, men are just trash. Well, maybe we should take a little bit of time and at least try to understand men, and we need to love men.
Honestly, and I'm probably going to get eaten alive for saying this, I feel like a lot of women have forgotten their place. And we live in this inverted world, and I feel we got stuck in this whole feminism thing. Feminism is a scam. And now it's like trying to undo. It is feminism. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, we are equal in value, but we are not equal in traits. We are different. Men and women are different.
I agree with that.
And I'm so sick and tired of why are we fighting to be something that we're not? I am not a man. I will never be a man. And for those of you that make that decision, I love that for you. Period. But there are certain things that are just, y'all are stronger than we are. We are more detail oriented than you are. There are certain traits that we naturally got from God based on the gender that we are. And it's all based on survival. It's all based on human nature. And so I feel like a lot of women, not all women, but most women have forgotten their place.
Within themselves,
within the order of family, within the order, even like with God. If you just want to start blanketing statements like, now this is the thing. If you are a masculine woman, that's fine. But stop acting like you're feminine. If you want to be a boss, babe, I don't need no man. You go do you, boo. But stop teaching that that's the answer. Because I'm sick and tired of this divide of the family. I'm sick and tired of now good men, and I'm listening to like stories, right? Good men are getting lazy in dating. They're getting lazy in the pursuit because women are making either everything too easy or they're too hands off. So now what's the point in even trying to date a woman when you're the man that you want me to be?
Feminism is a scam. It was sold to women as it would make them happier. But what they're seeing is, hey, if I sacrifice my entire life to go focus on my professional career, it actually doesn't make me happier. I become more depressed and anxious, and there's more stress in life, versus the original plan, the way God designed it, was the husband is the head of the household and the woman is coming up under him, and she gets to take care of the family, and she can have a professional career too, which is fantastic, but it's not her primary aim. Her primary aim is not. And so what we have many women that are dissatisfied with their life. Imagine being a 50-year-old woman with no kids, but you have a bunch of money. You have no family, but you are wealthy. You've worked your way up the social professional hierarchy. And so I think women are realizing that they want to come back home. Yeah, they still want to work 100%, but they want their family to be the priority, not their professional career.
I don't need a man to open the door for me, but I won't marry a man who doesn't. I don't need a man to buy me flowers, but I'm not going to marry a man who doesn't. I don't need a man to pay for my meal, but I won't marry one who doesn't.
Okay, so you're just a typical retard, right? Like, women make no sense. I don't need this, but I won't marry one that isn't this. Makes no sense, but hey, what makes sense about that is that it's coming from the mouth of a freaking woman. Yeah, yay, way to go, retarded ass bitch.
You have to be careful to try to avoid dating women raised on survival. One thing you learn quickly is that in survival mode, kindness looks like weakness. You like her, you show up being kind, being generous, and the whole time she thinking she hit a lick. To them, kindness equals weakness. Generosity equals something to exploit. Masculinity, that's simply resources. A woman in survival mode is not there for connection. She's there for transaction. She's not looking for love. She's looking for help. And if a better opportunity presents itself, she's gone. But women raised on love, they speak a completely different emotional language. To them, kindness is leadership. Generosity is safety. Masculinity is emotional competence. She doesn't need you to rescue her. She wants to build with you. Connection is the major driver here. Same man, same kindness, two different outcomes, depending on how she was raised, not who you are. Survival love is expensive. It'll cost you a piece every single time. Stay focused.
I'll tell you guys how bitter baby moms are made, right? Usually when the pair breaks up, right, the woman moves on first. She wants to make her baby dad jealous. So she gets in a relationship thinking he cares about it. He really don't give a fuck about it. He cares about maybe his kids or whoever she brings around the children. That's usually what the men care about. But she thinks she's making him jealous by being in a relationship. That don't work out, and she just keeps on getting with different men, right? But he never gets in a relationship. So in her head, you know what I'm saying, he's not finding nobody, you know, better than her. That's in her head. But in his head, he's just enjoying life because he's been in a relationship for a long time. Boom. While she's going through men, usually when he's ready and he finds the one that he thinks is worthy of his time, oh my gosh, she can't stand it. She's like, hold on, I wasn't even making him jealous the whole time, and he was just using his time, you know, wisely, finding the right person. Boom, he moves on and he finds somebody who actually is way better than you, every way, shape, or form, and now you can't handle it. So now you become a crash out, and the only way to get him back is to hold his kid behind. That's where bitter baby moms are at in this world. Tighten up.
Now, I just got back yesterday from Santa Barbara joining the Whatever podcast, and I gotta say that most people were all right. However, there was one person that I had contentions with. There was a woman on there who is 29 years old, 15 body counts, single mom, by the way, who believes that if a man is serious and wants to date her, on the first date, he should be coming out of pocket for a babysitter. A babysitter. For her child, by the way, not his. Now, what makes no sense to me is that I don't see that as being a flex, considering that she's still very much single and then chose to be celibate right out. I explained to her, as a 37-year-old married woman, by the way, married, keyword, married, that having to teach women this, thinking these are high standards, thinking that these are standards that they should permanently set for themselves in their future for a better option on their choice of men. I explained to her that influencing women like this, telling them to go this way, putting a price list on things, not so good at all. In fact, it actually keeps them single for the rest of their days. And her biggest flex on the panel directly to me was, well, I'm getting money randomly by men. Honey, that's all you're good for, is just receiving money and looking pretty for a guy that's not gonna marry you. That speaks volumes. If a man is only looking at you as an accessory and as a toy, then that's not a good look. You see this? I have this on my finger. I have this on my finger. And I get nice things from my husband here and there. But that's not my focus. My focus is not the money. And it was so sad because nothing that myself or Brian or even other women on the panel that actually disagreed with her, no matter what we all could have said, nothing went in there. She stood and sat. She was sitting there the entire time in the panel, just looking so like lifeless. And it's so sad that she was this strongly delusional. And I got this from my mother because I talked to her about it too. She told me that if any woman believes that a random man should be paying for her babysitter to a child that is not his, you're already setting yourself a bad example as a mother by placing this child on a random dude. You're a bad mom for that. That's what she said. Her words, not mine. And I hate to say this, I can't say that I disagree with her. I really don't. And here was another crazy part about this, is that I asked her, well, if this is what you want from a man to cater to your specific lifestyle, to be able to take care of you and the kids that you want to bring to him and all this jibber jabber, what exactly do you have to offer? Brian asked her this too. Her answer was, I'm a mom. I'm a mother. Doesn't cook, doesn't clean. But you're a mother to a child that's not his, that's not the man's, by the way. That's what you have to offer? Like, girl, all it did was, it was basically giving, I'm the table. And you sat there and said, personality is what's more important. Height doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. But when it comes down to it, he still has to be well established and has to meet certain expectations that you. There were so many contradictions, it wasn't even funny. It was very frustrating. She said looks didn't matter, but when they used Bumble or whatever the hell that dating app is, I don't know nothing about these dating apps. She just kept saying no, no, no. And she did say yes to a few, but I think she only, honestly, I think she was just being disingenuous and that she really wasn't just answering truthfully. She said height didn't matter, but of course height wouldn't matter for you as long as there's money. She said money wasn't the priority, but again, you said that a man must pay for your sitter and also pay for the entire date if he's serious. Like, none of what you were saying was making any sense, and that drove me nuts. Like, it was just so insufferable to hear how she views men. And the crazy part about it is that she's teaching other women this. Please, women, hear me out. From a woman who is married, and very happy in her relationship. Please, don't follow those kind of women. Don't. They're a terrible influence. They're going to keep you single for the rest of your life with your cats and dogs. I promise you this.
You know, I was listening to this and I was thinking, oh, she has a body count of 15. That's good. And then I had to stop myself and say, how far have we gotten away from modesty? How far have we gotten away from being exclusive to one person? How far have we gotten away from just not being so reckless, not being so careless? I know we like to talk about when you're young, you explore, you do this, but it seems like today's generation is completely removing all barriers. It seems like today's modern women, they're removing all safety nets, all fail safes, everything that could keep them from making too many bad decisions and really jacking up their lives. They remove all of it. And it's only later on when they get about 30 something or 40 something do they decide to put some of those guardrails back on. And notice I said some of the guardrails, because these modern women, they'll only put on what they want. I want a man that's stable. I want a man that is emotionally available. Whereas when they were younger, they didn't want any of that. But they don't want a man to tell them what to do. They don't want a man to tell them where to go, how to be. They don't really want a man to lead them. They don't want a man that's disciplined. They're just looking for a little bit more insurance. They're just looking for a little bit more safety. And to these modern women, You are State Farm. You are Progressive. You are Nationwide, to where you can go in and customize your plan and take off whatever you want and leave on whatever you do want and up the amounts. I want a customized plan specifically just for me.
On today's episode of Things That Did Not Happen, nobody was staring at her. In that moment, nobody was staring at her whatsoever. She set her camera up, recorded herself, and made these faces to nobody. What I find a little off about these videos is, let's say if someone was staring at you, it made you uncomfortable, but yet you still recorded yourself and then posted that for millions of people to stare at you. Don't you see the craziness in that logic? These are things that if it does happen to a woman, it can be very uncomfortable. And here you are making light of the situation just because you want to get views and validation online. That's just weird. There's a lot of ways you can get views on this app. I promise you can find another way.
I'll let y'all in on a little secret, and you can't tell me that I'm lying. Most women like two types of men: men with clout and social status, and men with wives and girlfriends. Don't ask me why. I don't know if it's their need for attention or their need to be competitive. It's like they don't even pay the single hardworking man any attention. But ladies, let me let you in on a little secret, okay? That man with a whole bunch of followers, 1 million followers, and social status does not mean he has any money. And for the man that's married or has a girlfriend, he is not leaving his wife. So play your position as you need to, but I need you guys to think a little bit smarter, okay? Stop being so superficial. Let's go into this next year not being stupid.
What is the unobvious thing that you struggle with?
What is the unobvious thing that I struggle with?
Yep. I'm about to be real vulnerable.
I'm going to let you go first.
I need a minute.
Okay. Can you read it one more time?
What is the unobvious thing that you struggle with?
Oh, okay. I have mine.
Go ahead.
Feeling woman enough for you.
Woman enough? Can you elaborate on that? Because you're a whole lot of woman. Like you have the divine feminine thing on lockdown.
Yeah, all of it. Being confident, flirtatious, cute.
I don't struggle with us at all.
Yeah.
There's not an unobvious thing that I struggle with when it comes to our relationship. I'm sorry that that's a thing.
It's my own insecurities.
Have I done anything to make that a thing? Is there anything that I can do to make that not a thing?
Maybe conversation off the podcast.
Okay. I am lonely. Other than you, I have no one.
I get that.
My closest friendship is 5-minute interactions with Sean when I happen to see him dropping things off. I don't have consistent conversations with anyone on the internet. I get most of my social interaction from the Discord when I have a free moment to do it. I have never felt so disconnected from society in my life. And part of it's the podcast, part of it's the lack of internet. I'm not gaming anymore. There's no
community time.
Yeah. There's also been a disconnect from friendships. The last 5 years of my life, I have completely lost my social circles. Everyone that I was super close to at some point has either burned the bridge with me or done something that I vehemently disagreed with, and I've ripped them out of my life. And that speaks on my integrity, and like there are limits to the things that I'm willing to associate with people over, but I hate it. We talked about this a little bit earlier today. I was not expecting this question to come up.
I really like the fact that they give each other space to be vulnerable. Number one. Number two, I like that she said, well, I'd like to talk about it off podcast. That is a very good thing to say. A lot of modern women will get on here and they'll say anything and everything. You can be vulnerable. You can be transparent without telling everybody all of your business. I've seen it happen in churches. When, some people are sharing, and instead of sharing what they need to share, and that's it, they share everything. And so by the time that they're through sharing their story, instead of rejoicing with them, people are like, what? What is going on? Okay, maybe keep that to yourself, but tell us the overall whatever is happening, right? And you know, a lot of times people like to say, well, you're being judgmental. No, it's using wisdom about what you say, where you say it, when you say it. If she goes in here and she's saying, well, you know, I don't feel woman enough. I don't feel like I'm enough. I don't feel like, and whatever else. And he says, okay, what is it that I can do to make you feel like you're enough for me? Because I feel like you have all that on lock. Well, can we have a conversation about it off podcast? Versus, well, you know, you don't grab my chest. You don't grab my chest and really squeeze it and you know, rip my jeans open and really take me to Pound Town. You don't need to say that. You don't need to say all of that. You just, what you said was fine. Well, let's talk about it off air, off camera, so we can get really personal. But just for our audience to know, these are the problems that we struggle with, so they can understand, hey, even though we have a good relationship, we are still struggling and focusing on some very real things.
So let's say I have a tax bill of $1 million. I could either give that to the government or I could do charity and get away with that bill. And you're saying that by me doing charity and getting away with that bill,
The intention's not right.
So I can tell you from my side that the intention is right. I have no reason to build schools around the world. I love the kids. We went to see the kids. I held kids in my hand. We were all crying on the trip because it was such a beautiful thing. I've been doing it since I was 18. I wasn't getting taxed before 18. So like the whole thing of like, oh, like you're doing it for tax break is really stupid because it's a good thing. And I think people like you that point down and say like, oh no, he's doing it for tax is so stupid because this is like a humane thing I'm doing. We're saving lives and you're calling us like a villain. It's pretty thing to say.
The intention for most millionaires is to avoid taxes.
Let's say I'm an evil person and I want to avoid taxes and I don't care about the kids and just...
Yeah, you want to maximize your own profit.
A kid is still being fed. And it's very easy because you've never fed a kid from Africa. You've never fed a kid in Pakistan. You never fed a kid anywhere around the world. So you can't say that like...
I can't afford. I'm so sorry because I'm not a multi-millionaire.
Well, you know, malaria medicine is $1.
It's not like I'm doing what I can. That's the only thing I can
You're
promise.
getting mad at people who are doing more than what you're doing because they're getting tax benefit from it.
Because their intention's not right.
I don't think you've talked to any millionaires that do charity. I think you're just creating this opinion because it seems
Because
hip
what?
to have. Because I know millionaires that have done a lot of charity, including myself, and we do it because we love the kids.
You sit up there and you get cooked because you don't know what the heck you're talking about. Sit back and learn. Even if you disagree, sit back and learn. Like you said, even if I'm doing it for profit, well, your intention ain't right. A kid still got fed. We still fed the kids. They were freaking hungry. They needed shoes. They needed schools. We did that. Well, you shouldn't have got a tax break for it. I did. I took advantage of what's available to me. And I got the money back. And you know what I can do with the money? I can go buy me a Ferrari. But also with that Ferrari, I can put it in the garage and I can say, okay, I'm driving this Ferrari right now and I love it. It's nice to have. I'm going to drive that Ferrari to the airport. I'm just making an example, not saying that you would. I'm going to drive that Ferrari to the airport, get on a plane, go overseas to another country and help some more people, build some more schools, feed some more children, build up some more towns. Then I'm going to come home, get back in my Ferrari and go back to my house. And I'm going to continue to do charity work. Because I get a benefit for it, then I'm not a good person. I should be suffering. Are you slow?
Black man, what you doing? White man, get ready, we're going out on a date. You can tell her, yeah, it's my son's birthday today. We're going to go out, do X, Y, and Z. Oh, tell little man I said happy birthday. How old is he turning? That's what's up. White man, here go $100. Tell him I said happy birthday. Tell him, man, I had a rough day. I don't know, I'm stressed out right now. These bills is kicking my ass. Damn, me too, man. Me too. I just had to donate some plasma. White man, let me lighten your load a little bit. Make things easier for you. Black man, what you up to tonight? Oh, you and your homegirls going out? Okay, that's what's up. Well, hit me up. White man, get around on me. Something to eat too. Black man, I don't pay for hair and nails and none of that. You know, shit, I barely even pay for dates. pull up on me. White man, get your hair done. So I think I'm gonna stay right where I am. I appreciate the DMs. You can call Dr. Umar if you want to, but I'm staying.
We don't care. We wish you the best. Hopefully he continues to take good care of you. That's your man. I need to see a ring on your finger. And when he proposes to you, I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, I don't like raisins in my potato salad, and for that reason we can't get married. Oh, I don't like that you can't dance and you don't listen to rap music or whatever, so we can't get married. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, because you wouldn't worry about rap or me dancing or me putting raisins in my potato salad or me not quote unquote seasoning my food when I was sitting at $100, when I was sitting at $250, when I was sitting at $300. No questions asked. So when now it's time for you to cater to me and deal with me and what I got going on after I done dealt with all your problems, because that's what you've been giving me, problems. I don't want you to run back over to the black man. I want you to run back over to the Asian man, no Hispanic man. I want you to take the good with the bad. I don't want to hear you talking about black men, actually. Go be free with him. Live your life. It looks like that man is doing a good job. He's providing for you. Go be with him. Be happy.
But fellas, it's okay not to go back and forth with him, because you a man, you said what you said, and men lead with authority. Don't argue with that today.
This is some toxic stuff I'm about to say, but it's a lot easier to pull this when you don't give her any commitment, because then she'll get right because she's hoping for that commitment. But once you locked in with a woman, she gonna test you all the time. She's gonna test you. And if you don't go back and forth with her, a lot of women will feel like you don't care. And that'll be their way to end the relationship. And a lot of people will say, well, who cares? You know, she toxic anyway. But it's just like, man, I think we see like breaking up as an actual failure. Women, they get the support. They get if they break up with somebody, everybody around them will blame it on the dude, and she'll have ammunition. You know, I know you probably won't care, but she'll have every time things would get rough, he would just shut down. That's what they'll say. He just shut down, and he didn't want to talk about it, and he would just try to control me. That's also what they'll say. You're controlling. So as a man, you really just can't win unless you just play the field, unless you like. But once you get locked in, there's so many different tactics to just end a relationship. It's terrible, man.
I work 50 hours a week. I ask for one simple thing: keep the kitchen clean, keep the house organized. That's it. And take care of our kids.
Okay, do I need to bow down to you?
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't get why you always have to about the kitchen being a mess.
Because you're a stay-at-home mom by choice. That's why I work 50 hours a week. I ask for one simple thing: keep the kitchen clean, keep the house organized. That's it. And take care of our kids.
Okay, do I need to bow down to you?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just simply pick up throughout the day. I work 50 hours a week,
So
60
you're
hours a
saying
week.
I'm messy.
Correct. Saying you're a slob.
Really? A slob?
A mess.
Do
Whatever
you
want
think
to
I
call it.
look ugly?
I didn't say you dress like a slob. I said you don't pick up after yourself. Very simple.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's look in the fridge. Oh, that's right. No milk. I thought the one thing that I asked for you to do was to get milk.
You mean milk right here?
Oh. Well, I didn't see it.
All of this talking that you're doing right now, you're moving the goalpost. I look like a slob? Nobody said that. You said maybe this house could be cleaner. Instead of trying to create a narrative, just keep the house clean. You got enough time to do it. Just keep the house clean. Dang.
First wave feminists, thank you. You helped win the vote. But your movement was never built for all women. It was engineered by white elite women and bankrolled by people like George Francis Train, a bragging white supremacist who wanted political power kept in white hands. And your own leaders said it directly. Carrie Chapman Catt told Southern lawmakers that white supremacy will be strengthened, not weakened, by women's suffrage. So at its core, the first wave wasn't a fight for everyone's freedom, it was a strategy to secure the power of a select few. Second wave feminists. Thank you. You promised liberation through freedom, no-fault divorce, and total independence. But the structures you dismantled were the ones that families depended on. And as those foundations cracked, the consequences reshaped society. Children born outside of marriage surged from 5% to over 40%, and single mother households rose more than 400%, becoming the group most likely to experience poverty and leaving women to absorb nearly all of the fallout alone. Modern feminists, thank you. You promised progress, empowerment, and a world where women could thrive on their own terms. But the culture you built cast men as either dangerous or useless, and women as morally superior. A framework that upended the very design relationships depend on. You elevated independence over relationship, career over family, and treated motherhood as a limitation instead of a calling. And the result wasn't stronger women. It was women carrying life alone, reaching 35, now struggling to either find a husband or have children, or foregoing it altogether, praised for their resilience while deprived of the support that earlier generations could count on, and redefining women so broadly that anyone could claim it. The movement erased the very boundaries that once protected women at all. So yes, let's thank the feminists.
A lot of people not going to like me for what I'm about to say. And I don't care. I'm still going to say it. I honestly believe that some women are jealous of the man for what he is capable of and what she lacks. For example, yes, a woman can raise a daughter into a woman, but a woman cannot raise a boy into a man. If you got until maybe 10 years old before he grows up to start being stronger, taller, and less afraid of her, where your authority won't even matter. Somebody's going to have to step in. Then most single mothers are on government assistance just to fill in for the man not being in the house. You know? Yeah. But a man can raise a son and a daughter into adulthood to have better morals and emotional stability, more success under their belt, better decision making, yeah, great self-esteem, accountability, and the list goes on. I mean, fathers, right? But don't be mad. Don't argue about that. Be proud. You can benefit from that. All you got to do is let the man in the house. Let that man be a man. Let that man be a father. And you'll reap all the benefits of you having a really great household just for letting a man do what he's designed to do. But get this. Not only can a man raise both a son and a daughter with ease with no government assistance. I know, so unfair. He can also bring a woman into womanhood. That's why the father gives away the daughter when they get married. And you see, a man can teach a woman how to be a good wife. He can. And a man can help a mother be a better mother. I know. Look at the man. Some of y'all are just jealous of how capable the man is, when really you should be proud of all the benefits that come with having a man that is that capable. You're looking at it wrong, love. Don't you just love the man?
Sensational. If you think about it, there's nothing to appreciate a man for.
If you think about it, ugly women ain't gonna find no true love. I promise you.
There's nothing to appreciate a man for.
Ask any ugly woman. Have you ever found true love, man? Nope.
It really sucks when you're not attractive because men completely ignore you, right?
Rule number one, ladies, do not take advice from ugly women. Stop with them. Everybody's beautiful. Where are these ugly women getting their confidence from? I want to know.
If you think about it.
Fat women, I know, they get their confidence from black dudes and Puerto Ricans hitting on them. But ugly women, what is it? Is it the Mexicans that are coming in and hitting on you that make you think you're special? Number two, just don't listen to fat women either. Fat women will always tell you the best way to lose weight, which already is like...
There's nothing to appreciate a man for.
So, get up in the morning, brush them teeth, Put that makeup on. Do your hair. Okay? Put on some lotion. Spray some perfume. Take a bath. Take a shower. Wear an outfit, not a t-shirt. I'm just being honest. People can say I'm mean, but they can't say they can't say it's not true what I'm telling y'all. How are you gonna get on the screen talking about you looking for true love is not looking for you?
What is the one thing that every race, religion, nationality has in common?
Leadership.
Wrong. The one thing everyone has in common, ugly people. Right? Every race has ugly people. The beauty of ugly is that it doesn't discriminate. Write that down, please. Should we treat ugly people the same as attractive people?
Yes, we should.
The actual correct answer is no.
Huh? What y'all up to? I am. How you know? Yeah. What y'all up to?
It's not like a rapper. It's my daughter.
This your boyfriend?
It's my daughter's 21st birthday. And this is my 20.
What's up? Congrats.
What is your name?
Trey.
Trey Songs?
Trey, yeah. What y'all up to?
Said this once, I'm gonna say this again, man. If your woman is entertaining men in general, whether it's a conversation, a text, whatever it might be, why are you with them? Why? There's men out here that put up with these women doing nothing but disrespect, man. Women who cheat on them, women who conversate with other men and making excuses for their girls. Homie, if your woman is having another conversation with a dude in any regard that is disrespectful to you, it is not your girl. It's not your girl. Your woman is supposed to bring you peace. Your woman is supposed to love you and appreciate you, man. She ain't gonna be out there talking to 20 different men. She's gonna respect you and she's gonna care about you, man. And there's nothing else to it. Respect yourself at all costs. Gym, grind, and God, man. You focus on those three. God number one, and you will be successful. You will win in this thing called life. It's hard out here, man. It's a cold and evil world. And if your woman is not be your peace, walk away before it's too late.
And there's really nothing to see here other than modern women being on their worst behavior. I mean, it looks like you're hanging out with your man and you decide to give that man attention. And every single time I see videos like this, I hope it's a skit, honestly, because you see so many modern women doing silly things like this that you hope that they're playing around. You just hope that, well, maybe it's just a joke. Maybe it's fake, because ain't no way. They sit up here and complain about how a man is disrespectful and it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend. But then you see videos like this to where they're all in another man's face, with their man right there, walking them to another place.
Man wants a woman to be successful, he should spoil her. And I don't just mean with physical things. So let me explain. Because women and men, they have different energetic strengths when it comes to being able to create wild aligned success. Men succeed when they feel like they have this nurturing, reliable foundation that they can grow from. Women succeed when they feel liberated and free and turned on by life. When they're seen in their magnificence and they're encouraged to be spontaneous, creative and bold, that's when the portals of crazy quantum abundance can flow into her. So if a man wants his woman to be wildly successful, let her be free, let her feel spoiled, and not only will she be able to provide more of that fertile ground for your success, it will come back to you tenfold.
It's just basically happy wife, happy life, bundle up in something else. It looks nice, she got her hair done, makeup done, sitting in a nice place, a nice podcast mic. That's really all this is. Well, I don't just mean money. Well, what exactly do you mean? It's going to be majority money. It's going to turn into, well, can you bring me this? Can you buy this for me? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a Chanel bag. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything expensive, but it is, well, go buy this, or this makes me happy. And if you keep me in a happy state, then I'll feel more like creating. And I get where you're coming from, but as a grown adult and a human being, the man would be providing you structure. And so therefore, with that structure, you would start setting up things within that structure to be creative. It's kind of like if you go purchase an apartment or you rent out an apartment it's not necessarily for the most part going to come with furniture and things of that nature. You bring your own furniture, you bring your own decor, and you really make the space what it is. The apartment gives you all of the things that you need to live and be successful in terms of being comfortable in finding a place to lay your head at night. But you've got to go out there and work to pay the bill. Water bill, light bill. If you want cable, you have to pay for that. You have to work to pay for that. You want a car, you have to work to pay for that. Everything inside that space, including the space, you have to pay to work for. Now the man says, I'm going to take paying for the space off your hands. Everything inside that space, you are responsible for. Well, I don't feel spoiled. I don't care whether you feel spoiled or not. Get in there and get to work. You want it to look a certain way. You want it to be a certain way. I provided the structure for you. Get in there and do your part and get to work. And we're back to the question, what do you bring to the table as a woman? I provided the structure for you and everything that you need. Now, what is it that you're going to bring to the table? Well, I don't feel supported because, yeah, you pay for the mortgage. Yeah, you pay for the bills, but I'm not able to go to Starbucks every day. I'm not able to sit on the couch and watch Netflix for 10 hours on end to glean some creative or get some inspiration. Read a book. Listen to some music. Find a magazine. Do whatever you need to do, but stop being lazy.
Women are funny. Y'all check this out.
This man made a tweet and he was like, you know, I'm so happy I'm finally able to retire my wife so she'll be a full-time, you know, stay-at-home mom now. Right. And they were like, never in history will a man be not realize that a stay-at-home wife is still a full-time job, and it's not as rewarding as they're thinking it is.
Unless you have a nanny. Unless you have a nanny, a maid, and a
sous chef, a chef, all type of shit going on.
Because that's a lot, bro. Like just in my last relationship, clearly because I was in a relationship, I would like clean up after him and like I organized his whole house and I did all of that. But I was like, God damn.
Also, when you live with somebody, especially when it's a man and like he working, paying all the bills, I feel like there's like I'm not really at ease. Like I feel like I should always be doing something. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I always feel like I would have to clean and keep the house nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you mean about like when all your bills are pretty much paid, you feel like I gotta be on top of it.
And I think you should though.
No, and I completely agree.
But if a man is paying all 100% of 100% of them bills, I'm gonna clean up.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think and I'm gonna make him a sandwich in the middle of the morning.
That's common courtesy though.
I
feel like that's just like basic respect if you're being taken care of.
And again, what would you be doing? You're at the house. Why would you not be cleaning up? Why would you not be taking care of home? Why would you need a nanny? Why? For what? What would you be doing? If it's just you at the house, why would everything be a mess? It's just you. Why do you keep on messing up stuff? Why are you not doing anything? Well, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. Once again, we ask, what is it that you're going to be bringing to the table? If I'm going to be paying these bills, what is it that you're going to be bringing to the table?